so people on the stream can hear me. I am posting the link on X. And if you want to join me live for my New Year's Day podcast, I'm right here, baby. Come and join me. I'll put the link here on X also. All right, let's see if we get anybody joining. All right, I posted it on Facebook and I posted it on X, and let's see if anybody joins us. It's 6:04, which would be 18:04, 11:04 p.m. UTC. Let's get the mic right. All right, just below my chin. There we go. Now you should be able to hear me just fine. First of all, let me say Happy New Year, everybody. Congratulations, you made it to 2025. We made it to 2025. We didn't think we were going to make it, but we're here. We got here, and I wasn't going to do a podcast tonight, and I said, I got to try it, see if everything's working. I'm checking it out while we're waiting. If anybody else would like to call in, I sent the Zoom link on X and on Facebook, so come on in. I'm going to post it on my personal Facebook page too. All right, so it's on Facebook in two places. Nobody's come into the room yet. I can check on YouTube. I finally figured out how to know how many people are watching me. It comes up underneath the video. Oh, and if you're looking just over my head, it'll be your left-hand side of the screen. It says an error occurred. Please try again. Playback ID, blah, blah, blah. I got all freaked out. I was like, what's wrong with my computer? Nothing's wrong with my computer. Turns out it's the signal from the ISS that shows you the exterior camera. And I think they're just going into shadow right now. They're over South America. How's everybody been doing with those slow scan TV images? Anybody getting them? I got a bunch. I got 2 certificates. It was a lot of fun. It's still going on till January 5th. So if you haven't gotten any. All right, I'm 5'9" in Arkansas. That's from Dale. W5DSL. Good to hear you, Dale. Hey, Dale, did I talk to you on Parks on the Air? I may have. I did a Parks on the Air activation yesterday and today at the same park, 8367. And that's Pelsier Creek State Conservation Area here in Florida. And today I got 14 contacts. Yesterday I got 15 yesterday. And it's a lot of fun just working from the car in 20 meters. I didn't go fancy. I didn't try 17 meters and those other bands. I didn't try them. I just stayed on 20 meters. I had a great time. There was a lot of people out hunting today, so keep that in mind. A lot of people hunting Parks on the Air. So if you do Parks on the Air, now would be a good time to see it. I'm just going to listen for a second on my live feed and hear the audio. And then I just stayed on 20 meters. I had a great time. Oh, it's working great. Audio's working great. And then you'll hear that echo. Dale did Parks on the Air about a month or so. You got me a month or so ago. Excellent, Dale. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. I guess you and I have no life, Dale. That's what it is. It's New Year's Day and we're on the internet playing radio. I was doing a lot of... I switched over to doing HF slow scan TV, and I got a bunch of images, but I wasn't home to actually see them. So I'm looking at them now. We got, how many we get? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I like that. Happy Nude Year. Guy sent, it's tastefully done, woman naked, which was cute. Couple of not so good signals came through, and that's it. That's all I got. So, yeah, if you're into slow scan TV, it's a lot of fun. Hey, Adam. Welcome, Adam. Welcome to the live feed. I wasn't going to do a live feed tonight, and I said, you guys are getting used to seeing me on Wednesday nights. Maybe I should do it. So I did it. Adam, where are you at? Hey, Andy Cowley's here. Wow, I'm honored. Andy, welcome aboard, man. Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. We did some Parks on the Air today, and we did some Parks on the Air yesterday. It was a lot of fun. My dog loves Princess Place Preserve. I guarantee you right now, she's out in the living room sitting on my recliner. I'm going to prove it, too. I'm going to show you how I can prove that. I have a camera in the living room, and she knows she's not supposed to sit there. Does she listen? No. All right, I'm gonna show you this window capture. It existed. All right. And there is my living room. That's a live shot. And you notice there's two recliners there. All right. And I'm going to make it real big so you can see it real good. And if you look, there she is in my recliner, the one on the left. You imagine that? She's sitting in my recliner. Now, let me show you something really cool. Watch this. She loves cashews. These are cashews. Okay. Oh, you can't see me. Let me turn her off for a second. All right. Whoops. I didn't want that. Cancel that. Just turn that off. So these are cashews. This is my go-to snack. I don't know if some of you might not know. I lost a lot of weight, 67 pounds to be exact. But I'm going to put the camera back on and watch when I unscrew the top of this. Now, she is about, she's about 70 feet away from me. And I want you to watch when I screw the camera, when I unscrew this. Watch her. She's in the chair on the left. Watch when I unscrew this. She didn't hear me unscrewing it. But if I shake it. Wow. Oh, there she is. She heard it. Here she comes running. Oh, she came running in. Hey, do I know you? Look who's here. Come here, Goldie. Come on. Here. You always want to eat. And now when I want everybody to see you, you're not going to jump up. Here, come here. Give me. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so good, right? She loves cashews. What can I tell you? Come here. Up here. Give me kisses. Give me kisses. Come on, baby. You know I love you. Yes, you do. Oh, yeah. She's such a sweet dog. I am so lucky I found this girl. Hey, you. Hey, maybe I'll get a girlfriend with her. I'll take her for walks and show her off to people. You don't want to come up and say hi to everybody? No, she wants to go back in the living room. Watch, she's going to go back and jump up in my chair. And she knows she's not supposed to do that. Here, let's see her come up. You see her? She's coming back into the living room. Nice and slow. Walks in, makes a right, and boom, jumps in my chair. That she knows she's not supposed to be there. All right, enough about Goldie. How's everybody tonight? Andy saying hi to Adam. Adam saying hi to Andy. KO4HPC is Adam. Adam, I don't know if we've ever met. I don't know. You guys, any of you guys come down to Hamcation? That's my one and only ham festival I'm going to go to this year is Hamcation. So, yeah. And Happy New Year. Hey, Iman came to the game. Hey, Iman, welcome to the game. You know, I put the link for the Zoom call. If any of you guys want to come on with me, you're more than welcome to come on with me. I will put the link in the chat. This is for the Zoom call. So if you know how to use Zoom, click on that link and come see me. I would love to have Andy or Iman live on the screen with me. That would be fun. The only thing I'm wondering is, hey, and Paul's here. Happy New Year, Paul. Happy New Year, Paul. Happy New Year, Iman. Happy New Year, Andy. Wow, again, a big turnout considering that. There's the link for the Zoom call if you'd like to join. I will see you and I will add you. I think I have the waiting room activated. Yes, I do. So you'll go into the waiting room and I'll know when you're there, and then I can bring you onto the screen. I put the waiting room because one time I put the link out there on Twitter and everybody and his brother jumped on and they all started, I don't know, cursing and playing all kinds of porn. Oh, 75 ohm ham. That's my good buddy Ziggy. You guys know Ziggy. Ziggy's always on Coffee and Ham radios. He makes antennas. If you got an antenna that doesn't work, you can send it to him and he will figure out a way to make it work and send it back to you. So keep that in mind. Ziggy, you missed it. My dog's on my chair. Right next to all your tables. Ziggy's taking my old tables that I used for my ham shack. I'm giving them to him. Well, he's buying them from me. I'm just checking. I'm streaming pretty good. We're doing good. I'm not lagging. Facts. Here, I'll show you. Let me show you. Where did I put the real link? Oh, here. No. Here it is. There you go. How you like them apples? Check that out, Zig. My dog loves my recliner. See her sitting there in my recliner, and then if I say something, she'll go upset. But if I make some noise with some cashews, watch. Oh, I guess she's full. I fed her pretty good tonight, so she's not coming. Yeah, I ran into another issue today, Ziggy. That switch I was using, the switch between the 80 meter off center fed and the end fed, the switch went. So I took it out of the system and just ran the 80 meter off center fed into my radio, and it's working great. I will be taking that other 160 meter antenna. That's what I'm going to put on my SDR Play. Dog cam is spot on. Yeah. I do that because I know when she's on my chair, and I'm giving up trying to get her not to sit in my chair because she seems to be completely content when she does it. She literally got in that chair, put her chin on the armrest, and watched me eat my dinner tonight. And no matter what I say, she, I could show you. Watch this. Get off that chair. What are you doing on that chair? Goldie, get down. She's ignoring me now. She's not paying attention. I give up. What can I tell you? She's so sweet. Oh, okay. Ziggy's saying his switch is weak. It'll be a good alcohol scrubbing is next. Yeah, I got to take it apart. It's actually a switch that Gary gave me one time at the Elks Club. He gave it to me. He didn't want it anymore. And so I don't know where it came from or how old it is. I put it in the cabinet. I'll get back to it. But I'm going to get my SDR Play out, and I'm going to hook up that 160 meter end fed to the SDR Play. So I'll be able to actually pick up signals and stuff with that and find signals to tune to talk to on HF. I had no plans to do this tonight, and this is like a last minute thing, but I'm glad you guys are here. Ziggy's here. Iman's here. What does that mean, Zig? Oh, great. LOLs. I like how you do the Z at the end. So anybody has a topic you want to talk about? I got to fix this camera. A little too much space above my head. That should be better now. Anybody has anything they want to talk about, hey, get on here now. We were doing slow scan TV to the ISS. And, yeah, that would be nice, guys. Hit the like button. Nobody hit the like button yet. And don't get nervous about that little warning on the top left. That is coming from the Geocron, which, by the way, screwed up again this week. If you saw my post, these guys, I wrote them a nice comeback because what happened was either the provider changed or they changed providers for the MUF on the Geocron. As a result, every continent was white. There was absolutely nothing on it but white. No labels, no nothing. It was just white. And I reset my modem. I sent a debug log. I did all kinds of stuff to try to reset everything. Unplugged it, plugged it back in, disconnected the TV, put the TV back. Did all that stuff. Nothing fixed it. I totally reset the Geocron computer. I mean, back to factory defaults, which is a pain in the ass. They have a way now to save profiles, but when you restore the profile, it doesn't restore it. It stays the same. Anyway, I wrote on their Facebook page a nice comment and complained. And I said to them, chances are people are going to tell me they're not going to want me to do this. So what I said was, don't buy the Geocron. They have not perfected it. Every time they do an update, there's an issue, and it goes out of whack for a week or two. Every time. It's not a single time has it not screwed up after an update. So I said, it's not. I paid $400, and for 2 years now, I've been buying the full boat of stuff, which is like $125 a year. So I'm up to about $650. And I write them and complain and put in a ticket, and I don't hear from them for 24 hours. And then when I respond to where they get back to me, the next day, they don't get back to me for another 24 hours. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that's a small company. That is no way to run a company. I worked for Verizon. I did what's called cutovers. A cutover was when, say, UPS stopped I did this actually for the FAA. The FAA tower at Teterboro Airport switched over to MCI from Verizon, which was Bell Atlantic at the time. Well, it's the FAA. We're piping in signals from Newark Airport and other airports into the radar system at Teterboro, and vice versa. They're putting information in that Newark Airport needs to know because they're so close. When planes take off out of Teterboro, they got to check in with New York Control, which is once they get above a certain altitude. Well, there's no way that I can do this cutover if I don't know that it's going to work. I don't have the opportunity to wing it. Let's put it that way. So I would go there and I would get MCI on the phone and I would have Bell Atlantic on the phone and I'd say, okay, on a count of three, take this circuit, move it to the new circuit. And they would do it. We test it. It worked. Go to the next one. Move this circuit over to this circuit. Test it. It works. Move on. Now, for any reason it doesn't work, we stop right there and figure out what's wrong before we switch it. We put it back to the old way of working. So what happened here with Geocron was either the provider of the information for the MUF or Geocron, or they either changed something, but they never tell anybody. So if I had gotten an email saying, oh, we're going to be working on the Geocron, you might have a couple of glitches between these hours and these hours. We had a downtime. Between 2 in the morning and 4 in the morning, we were allowed to do stuff on these lines. You could not do it in the working day. You were not allowed because you might lose something. Well, what is the big deal? It doesn't cost them a penny to send an email out to all their subscribers and say, hey, something changed. This is what happened. We're working on it. Or we're going to do this, so in case you run into a problem, just understand we're aware of it and we're going to bring it back. Back when men had phone ability still. Yeah, when phones were hardwired to the wall. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, you don't do a switch over like this or a cut over like this without backup and without a plan and without informing your customers. You don't even have to send me an email. Just tell me, hey, on the weekends between 2 a.m. Saturday and 4 a.m. Saturday, that's when our downtime is. So if the Geocron goes down, that's why. It will come back. Just sit tight. They don't tell anybody. They need a quality control inspector or something over there because they don't know what they're doing. when they do these moves and these changes. And then when there's an issue and somebody contacts them, it's 24 to 48 hours before you get an answer. Well, I'm sorry. I got over $600 invested in this stupid little computer, which is another thing. They could have got a much better computer. I had to put a cooling fan on mine. I literally have a big cooling fan, and that computer sits on top of it to keep it cool. And that kind of saved me. So just keep that in mind if you're going for a geochron. I know everybody likes my background, but you can see, like, even right now, the ISS image they're having a problem with. And I don't know whose fault that is, if that's the ISS, if that's NASA, if that's geochron. I don't know whose responsibility it is to do that. But obviously, you can see right up there, that error is on the geochron. That's not my computer. That's their geochron is putting out that error. And no information on it, nothing at all. So keep that in mind. If you're going to spend the money on a geochron, just expect it to crap out every now and then. Ziggy's like a typing fool tonight. The lawyers said we have other things to discuss. All right. Why don't you get on here? I got the link. Let me put that link in the chat again. Oh, it's right here. I'm going to pin that link, that chat. Toggle pin. All right, it's right at the top of the chat. You can see the link to come on the Zoom call. So if you'd like to come on, Zig, click it. Come on over. I'd love to have you. So you see it right there. There's the link to the Zoom call. If you want me to send you the link on a... let's see. I'm just checking I'm getting text messages here from time to time. Want to make sure it wasn't any of you guys trying to get me. So I went out today and did a Parks on the Air, had a good time. This dog, I love this dog because this dog, when I go do Parks on the Air, if I'm just doing it from my car, I'm not getting out of the car and setting up a table and all that. Because right now I don't have a go box. It's in transition. Let's just leave it at that. So what was I going to say? Oh, I did a Parks on the Air. And yesterday and today, she loves it. We go out to the park. I walk around. She gets to smell all the horse manure from the horses that were there. And she's in her glory. Her little sniffing nose is running around faster than I can keep up with her. And then when we go back to the car, she just gets in the back seat, curls up, and goes to sleep while I do my activation, which is a lot of fun. So I did it today, and I did it yesterday, too. And that's a lot of fun. I'm on my way. I got 2.5 kilos at Princess Place Preserve, which is part of Pellisier Creek State Conservation Area. Ziggy, we got to go out and do a Parks on the Air someday. You said you wanted to do that, so we got to get together. Trust me, I got antennas. Bring your 7300. We'll set it up, and you'll have a great time. Happy New Year to you guys, all you guys. I'm surprised we got enough people here. We got a lot of people here tonight. We got 8 people watching right now, which is pretty good for a holiday. I didn't actually expect anybody to show up tonight, and you're all here, so thank you. Parks on the Air is a lot of fun. I use the 891 in my car. I was tossing it around my head, getting another 891 to do Parks on the Air with, and I can't justify it. It's not that great of a radio. No, I shouldn't say that. It's a great radio for Parks on the Air. Many people use it. But in my case, I'm so used to my 7300. What I really want to do is get a 7610. I ain't got $3,000 to buy one. So I'm hoping somehow I get my hands on a used one or something. But, yeah, it's... if I get a 7610, which I was supposed to get, I was supposed to get a 7610 for my, actually, somebody was getting rid of it at a reasonable price, and I was going to buy it, and then he backed out at the last minute, so I ended up not getting it, but I had the money that he wanted, and then he backed out. So Gonna have to wait on using my 7300 for the Go Box because I am gonna make a Go Box with the 7300 eventually. If I come up with a used 7300 at a reasonable price that I have the money, that might be a good idea. If I can pick one up for like $800, I might do it. I might. I gotta first sell some more Magic stuff that I don't use anymore and get the money to use it because the pickings are slim at the old pension. I gotta mind my pennies with that because I'm waiting for Trump to get in and the market to come back and maybe I'll get enough money that way. But yeah, the 7610 is a really nice radio. What do we got here? Ziggy is saying that I built a Mega Mag. Is that QX? No, OX. Remember straight hammer. Ziggy talks in terms that I don't understand all the time, but Adam's telling me, yeah, the 7610 is a nice radio. Yeah, the other nice thing, I wouldn't need a camera to show the screen because it has a video out. I don't know about 7300 as a mobile unit. I don't know about that. Portable, yeah. 7300 for portable. That would be freaking great because I can do everything with that. I do everything with mine. And I have a great time with it. So I don't think we're having a net tonight on the Aries system, so I'm not going to worry about that. I might get on it later, but I got the HT on my GMRS over there in case we do it. No reactance quarter wave. I'm telling you, Zig, put a whole sentence together because I don't know what you're talking about at this point. No reactance quarter wave? I don't know what you mean by that. You're talking about, why don't you get on the Zoom call, Zig, and tell us all about it? I'd love to have you on here. By the way, everybody, follow Ziggy, the 75 ohm ham. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. He's really good. I just wish you would come get these damn desks. He knows where they are. You could actually, if we go back to the dog cam, let's see. Yeah, you can see, Ziggy, you see behind the recliners, those tables? Those are your tables. So get your ass over here and come pick them up. I'm hoping the guy's going to come fix my tower tomorrow or the next day. That would be really nice if Peter could do that. I'm going to send him a text message. What do we got here? Let's turn that off again. A ham radio friend got me a Yaesu 710, and now I have to save my pennies for an antenna. Friday, he let me use it on his antenna, and I had a blast. Yeah, well, Adam, you're going to find out that is a damn good radio. That is a really good radio. So yeah, you'll enjoy that a lot. I would suggest for an antenna, don't go crazy. There's a bunch of very reasonably priced antennas out there. You could talk to Ziggy. He could tell you what antenna you could use. I happen to love the Pactena NFED half-wave. It's a linked NFED. Has two separate sections. With it all together, the way it normally comes, I can get 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters. And with the tuner in the radio, the ICOM 705 doesn't have a tuner, but I have a tuner with it. With that tuner, I can get 17 meters too. So that's pretty good for one antenna and using it for portable. That would be really cool. That is a nice setup. So yeah, Pactena NFED half wave. And I'm getting messaged on Facebook. Oh, he wants the link. He can't get it from the chat, I guess. All right, Ziggy's coming on. I just sent him the link to the chat. Let's hope this works. I hope it works. I was getting a lot of feedback from Zoom when I tried to bring somebody on. So let's see if Ziggy comes. Oh, says 2 participants. KN4ZGY. Let's add him in. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the Zigster. If he puts his camera on. So anyway, Yeah, mag loops are great. Hey, Ziggy, you made it. I just hope this comes out on my YouTube feed now. Or if I'm just getting, I think my YouTube feed is just getting, yeah. All right, I got to change something around. Hold on a second. I'm going to lose my background now because I got to switch cameras. And it's jittery. I hate that. All right, let's go back to the other camera. I got a bad camera, Zig. I got to fix it. But let me, I got it on virtual camera now. Yeah, close the cabinets. You don't want it to look messy. Oh, he's getting a beer. He's getting a beer. Now, I got Ziggy in the Zoom call. All right. By George, we got it working. Ziggy, you see me? I don't hear you yet. I don't hear you, Zig. I don't want to blur my background. Let me change the background here so it doesn't look so boring. Sit tight, folks. I'm coming back. And bam, I'm back. All right, now I look like my old way I used to do it. Ziggy, we're both on YouTube, but I don't hear you. Yes, that's true. Mag loops are good if you have limited space. I agree. No audio there, buddy. We got Ziggy on the fly feed. He's putting his fingers at me like it's my fault. Put you in the waiting room again, and I'm going to bring you back. I'm sure you hear me, right, Zig? Are you hearing me, Zig? Why am I not hearing you? I see your microphone moving when you talk, but I'm not getting the audio. Oh, shoot. Oh, I know why. Talk, Zig.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, it helps if I unmute it.
All right, so I'm giving you approximately 30 minutes of my time since I lost you on a quarter wave. Remember that massive telescopic quarter wave that I built for my first totem?
Oh yeah, you had the 17-foot whip and something else. With the magnets on your car. Was the magnets on your car with the radials?
Yeah, but I adapted to put that cheap AliExpress whip on there, and then I also had tuned radials. And with only the 3 radials, I got like 0 reactance right in the middle of the 20-meter band. I was like, yes.
Nice. If you guys out there want to learn quirky ways to use antennas, this is the guy to talk to. You got to talk to Ziggy. Oh, it's
not quirky. I always fascinated about having like an absolutely perfectly tuned mono band on what Chuck calls the money band, 20 meters.
Right.
And so what's strange about 20 meters that first because I've almost never touched the band is that you actually tune for the middle of 20 meters, unlike all the other bands where you tune low if you want to go high. There's reasons behind that, but 20 meters, because of the extra general split, kind of puts a really crazy divide in our band community, in my opinion. But on the same band, which makes it all, one and the same, it comes full circle. So, as popular as 20 is, there's a pretty big split there.
Adam is saying he's quirky. What does it say? I'm quirky and half sane. When I say quirky, I don't mean that you do weird stuff. What I'm saying is, like, I'll buy an antenna and use it like its intended use. You'll take it and create something amazing out of it by adding something or taking something away or testing it. And your idea about tuning your coax was pretty interesting. I watched that video. That blew my mind.
Well, tuning 75 ohm coax to be either an impedance transformer or you can have it fall back to 50 ohms relative to the harmonics that we all covet.
Right.
So, yeah. If you want to use something that is LMR 400 equivalent and 100 watts and more all day long, and you've got a distance to go, do it with some coax and some brain matter first. Some RG6 coax before you go spending $1 or something a foot.
What do you have? 3 acres out there in Palatka? You got 3 acres?
It's 2 square acres, and then there's like a pretty big buffer around that line as well. So I've got some nice big trees around basically the coverage of my property.
So basically, his antenna is 100 feet away from his house. So that's a lot of coax to have to run. It's further than 100 feet?
It's 270 feet from my shack entrance to the field.
Ergo, the reason to have 75 ohm cable, because it's a hell of a lot cheaper than LMR 400. I don't care what kind you buy. That's pretty darn good if you could do it with 75 ohm cable. And then so just a 50 ohm terminator, and then you can actually simulate it and then cut it anyway. So I found out accidentally that this arbitrary falls to 50 ohms, and so I still use it as my primary home run out to the field is an RG6 line, because I know at the end of that line it falls to 50 ohms again, and then I can use the standard 50 ohm coax out of that. I got a big breakout weather box out there now. Check this out. This guy.
Yeah.
My dual band antenna.
400 out there.
Yeah, my dual band antenna for VHF, UHF mount that sits on a cookie pan that sits on my tower of power, a 4-foot tripod. That's fantastic, man. For 2 meter and 70 centimeter, you can get away with that. That'll work.
Dude, that signal's going to hit that pan, because that signal is only as big as that pan is, right? So you're getting like full wave, like wham, it's going to just slam off of that cookie can. A cookie can and a little quarter wave back mount, that can be a hammer really easy, really easy.
Right.
Plus that 45, straight 45, you're going to get a damn near good match every time. Hard to mess that one up, and that's why it's the first antenna that we end up building in Sam's. What's his name?
So how was your New Year's Day? What'd you do today? You do anything fancy?
No, I took the kids bike riding, riding zero training wheels.
Excellent.
And then what else did we do? I kept the kids alive and I fed them. Those are 2 big ones.
I guess your wife's working?
Yeah. So she'll be off soon.
All right, cool. Well, I had a very relaxing 2 days. I did a POTA yesterday at Princess Place, and then I did another one today at Princess Place. And I took the dog with me, and the dog was so good, it blew my mind. This dog, literally, when I get there, I take her for a walk around the park so she gets to pee and sniff everything. And then we go back to the car and just sit in the car, and I sit with the door open, and I keep her in the back seat, and she literally rolls over and goes to sleep while we're sitting out there. So only took me 31 minutes to activate a park today. I got 14 QSOs, and that park, I got about 2.5 kilos there. So I'm well on my way to my 3rd kilo at that park. The next closest guy, I think, has 4 activations at that park. I got 93. So I'm loving that park because it's so close to home. Anyway, yeah, it was a good time. And I always start out doing some hunting. I see who's out there. It gives me an idea how the bands are working once I figure out where everybody is and where they're at. And then after I get maybe 3 or 4 QSOs just park to parks, that's when I then post myself on the Parks on the Air website And by the way, if you guys have Ham Alert, you should put my call sign in, and you can see every time I go on. Anytime I get spotted, you will be notified. So
you can troll Mike even when you're not thinking about it.
Hey, how do you think I got like 27 contacts with K8MRD, and who else have I got? I did get Greg, K6EGG. I've been trying to get him. He's tough. He's down in, where is it? Chino, California. And I tried to get him once on 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and I got him. We were in America Link. And then I found out that those don't count because they don't count 2 meters, 70 centimeter.
So real quick, I'll tell you what I'm stressed about right now is I'm putting a sky loop up, an 80 meter sky loop.
All right. What does that look like?
So,
I know what a delta loop is. Is it like a delta loop?
Yeah, except one more point. It's all 4 points.
Okay, and it's all suspended in the air?
Pulleys. Yeah, and then where the actual radiating element, like 270 feet of it, is going to be actually made up of RG6 itself. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then so all 4 points are going to be on a pulley, and I'm gonna lightly feed this thing with a tuning stub of RG6, so I'm going to use a section of it as a feed line for my impedance transformation, and I think I'll be able to get almost close to 100 ohms. I've got a trick, and then I will use a tuned section of RG6 again for my feed line. So the entire thing will be made of RG6.
Wow.
And it will be, hold on, it gets better. The whole thing will be living, right? So I'll be able to rotate all 270 feet within its own axis on all 4 pulleys, and I'll be able to change the feed line impedance for the entire antenna. So those bands that it doesn't quite get, I'm actually going to be able to rotate the entirety of the thing will spin around itself.
Wow.
And that will change the feed point. And I will be able to then go further in impedance matching for those bands like, to work, 12, 17.
So it's not a directional antenna. It's basically shooting your signal up almost like an NVIS up into the air, right? And then,
a lot of it is going to be cloud burn.
Yeah, and then the turning it is going to give you the ability to get different bands, correct?
Not only different bands, but you will have some manipulation of takeoff that way as well, because there will be a maximal and minimum to halfway, and then again on the other side of that feed point. So I'll be able to actually spin the takeoff angle of the whole thing, depending if I'm on this side of pulley A or this side of pulley B with the feed point. So that's the thing.
How high is this going to be in the trees?
I don't know if your arborist slingshot is going to do it. We might have to use the air cannon. Because I want to actually punch a hole through the trees as we go up. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of parachute cord, my man.
I know.
And you can't cut it. You got to leave a lot of extra at the base. Huh?
I know. It's like half. I figured about a half mile of this stuff is about.
Yeah, I usually buy it in 500-foot rolls. So you can get 500 foot. Just don't buy the cheap stuff because the sun will bake it and ruin it. The stuff I bought usually lasts about, a couple of years without a problem. My 80-meter off-center fed crapped out after Milton. It fell out of the tree because the moving of the branches wore out the parachute cord, and it just snapped. So I took it off and I replaced it with all new parachute cord. I put it back up in the tree. But yeah, you're right. I mean, something like that. I don't know if you got to be 30 feet up, but it can't hurt.
No, so I was thinking about baby steps, right? Like I wanted to build like a 20-meter version with some PVC just above ground, kind of like a little experiment.
Right.
And then rotate it because I'll get 10 and 20 that way, and it should. I would want to think if I can change the feed point impedance, maybe even get 15. I don't know. But the thing that you have to remember about sky loops and delta loops is that they work on full wave harmonics. So the 80 is going to do 80, 40, 20, 15 is your bonus, and 10. Okay.
Right.
It doesn't. So my coveted inset half wave that I totally come full circle with impedance matching. It works in half wave harmonics, so you get all the in-betweeners.
Gotcha.
Along with that, though, you get the very directional on the higher band aspect of inset half waves, which you can use to your advantage or not. And in my case, I do. So you kind of give up. You kind of give up a lot of the you can't compare it to inset half wave. They're not the same anymore.
Right.
One's a full wave, one's a half wave. That's all I got.
So this is going to be when you get the final version of this. What are you talking? 160 to 6?
No, it'll do other bands, but only because I'm gonna make it rotatable, right?
Right.
But fundamentally, an 80 sky loop is going to do 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10.
That's pretty darn good.
But
That's
it's
great.
really big. It's a full wave up there, and it's impedance matched perfect. And holy cow, like RF gonna RF for sure that way.
Well, I'll tell you, the best way I tested my antennas, and Jim told me this long ago, is put Whisper on it. Once you get it up, just let Whisper run on very, very, very low power. So you put your radio, if you're using a 7300, you put it down at like 1 watt, and then go to the WSJTX and turn the dial down to like minus 45 dB, and just let it run and see where you coverage. You'd be surprised how far you get. And you could also tell directionally if you do it more than once and try different configurations of it. That'll really show you how good the antenna is. So life is not just SWR. That's the thing. SWR is a way to protect your radio. You're not going to blow your radio up, but it's not the end all and be all of knowing if the antenna is any good. So
no, I will tune what I've got, to reactance, knowing that my radio is capable of putting up with 1.5, 2.5 of flyback. Perfectly fine, but knowing that I am at highest reactance with that antenna. So I am at peak efficiency. Unfortunately, it sounds like that antenna is not a very well-designed antenna, and I'm dealing with the facts of it. If I were to, like anybody knows, if you tune SWR, you're just kind of making the problem go away in your mind.
Well, you're just making the radio not blow up. That's all you're doing. It's you don't want to blow your finals.
You just decide, oh,
wow.
I can make this. So this is my pitcher of water. It's got 2 electrodes in it.
Don't tell me you drink through the SO239. Oh, okay.
And this is my portable dummy load and my daily water driver. So, and depending on the water level of tap water, you can get this thing a 1-to-1 swerves from down here at the bottom at 50 megahertz, and all the way at the top up here is right at 14 megahertz. So 6 to 20 meters. This is your buddy right here.
Adam says snazzy. That's cute.
My portable. I've always got a sink tank for some RF if we need to fire up,
That's
some
nuts.
big amplifiers. If we need to fire up some big amplifiers, put that RF somewhere. Water's the best place to put it.
Well, Happy New Year, my man.
Yeah.
I found out I can rent a trailer. There's a guy I know that wants to get into ham radio. He's big into CBs right now. Remember I told you about him? He's got a 1,500 watt amplifier. He says to me, he goes, yeah. Well, he's got a 1,500 watt amp for CB. And he says he's gonna hook it up to a 2-meter radio. I said, you can't do that. You can't do that on 2 meters. You can't do that kind of amplification. You only allow 200 watts at max. And that's only if you're an extra, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, Yeah, a friend of mine, Greg, K2COP, he called me and said somebody was selling two 40-foot crank-up towers for $150 each. And I think the guy's out by Altamont Springs somewhere, and he went out there and picked them up. He bought them. He doesn't even have his license yet, but he bought two towers for $150 each, crank-up towers.
So are we putting one on a trailer?
No. What he did was he rented a trailer from Harbor Freight. From Tractor Supply. $25 for the day. That's all it was. I might just go rent a trailer, put these desks on there, and bring them over to your house. Just to get rid of them. Get them out of my living room.
I thought we were building a portable tower.
No, he's going to do it. He's putting these two towers in storage for now. He called me up and thanked me for turning them on to him. But he's putting them in storage, and he doesn't even own a house yet. I'm like, are you going to buy a house? Are you ready? Are you buying in this area? Where are you going? He doesn't have his ham license yet, but he's got plans on getting it. And he wants to buy a house, and he wants to put these towers up in his backyard. Two of them. I'm like, okay. I think they're 50-foot each.
So along with this mega sky loop, right? So I want to start small and build the first one, and then I want to go a step bigger, and I want to build the delta loop version of the 80, and I want to do a 4-point road table.
Right.
So this will grow. Along with that, I also realized that my end bed, I needed another one, but in the opposite direction, parallel to the first one.
Okay, why would you need that?
It has everything to do with where we live in Florida, right?
Right.
Because we want to go that way, and we also want to go that way. But sometimes
doesn't it work broadside to the antenna?
On 80 and 40, on the higher bands, it shoots off the end. It starts folding in on itself.
Okay.
Because of the speed of which the RF goes down the wire.
I was doing FT8 yesterday on the 160 meter antenna. Or was it the 8? I think it was 160. And the pink blob on Grid Tracker? Or no, on PSK Reporter? It tells you. Yeah. It was all the way over from Europe all the way down to Africa. That's where my pink blob was. I was like, damn, I'm getting out there. That was pretty good. I was blown away by that. But yeah.
Great.
Yeah, so well, good to have you, Zig. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. Mike's furniture sale. He's giving away free tables. No, I'm not giving away free tables. It's not free.
It's not free. He's going to make me earn them.
I'm going to make him earn them. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's going to be blood involved.
No, it won't be. But I'm hoping this guy Peter gets here tomorrow or the next day to work on my tower, because I just want to get it aimed. Right now it's all screwed up. The arrow antenna is like pointing the opposite direction than where it's supposed. Not the arrow, the rotor is pointing the wrong way because of the fact it got twisted. And then I tried to fix it by adjusting the screws on the back of the rotator controller, and now it just doesn't even point anywhere it's supposed to point. So I got to get it down, realign everything, get rid of that big antenna that's up there, and just put the two smaller ones up there, the Wemos, and I should be good then at that point. So I'm looking forward to it. So you're working on your Skywave. I'm working on my tower. Anybody in the chat got anything special they're working on?
I
put my hand in to move the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mega Loop, I'm calling it the undercutter.
Why?
Because I don't know if you know who Frank is. Oh, my kid.
Which Frank? Wilderness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
He had a live stream and he was like showing the trains in the background. I was like, what is that device? It was like the most like metal looking thing. And he's like, oh, that's called an undercutter. I'm like, yes.
Good, new stuff, new toys. You know, I had a guy The guy that sold me the Wemo antennas, Grant Mosley, he posted on the Facebook page how to make a phased antenna, how to adjust the different phases of an antenna. And I said to him, I said, you ought to be on my live feed some night. We get you on there. And he said he will. He'll come on here. So we'll probably do that next week. I'll have him on talking about his phased array. He can build a phased array. I think that's in... Andy's leaving. All right, Andy, take care, man. Thanks for coming. I see that. Happy New Year, Andy. Andy's got to get going. I got to get going, too. I got another net I got to get on, too. So, Zig, thanks for coming, man. You have a great night and Happy New Year. Oh, did you turn your sound off now? Just messing with me?
That's all right. Happy New Year.
I thought I screwed up again. All right, man. Take care. I'll see you.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. Let me get out of here. That's it for now. Thank you all for coming. I can't thank you enough for the support. I am so close to 1,000 people. You got to get on YouTube. Get your friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need like 160-something more people, and I'm in. I got 1,000 people. So thank you so much, everybody. Oh, I should move the chat now since it's over my face. Let's move that over here. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock now. I got to get off here. I got places to go, people to see. God bless you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the support. Andy and Dale and Iman and Adam. And am I forgetting anybody? I got Iman. I got Agrafo. I got Adam. Oh, Dale was here too. Dale, thank you so much for coming. All of you, I appreciate everything you do. Thank you so much for all the support you give me. And remember what I always say. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me, all right? Take care, everybody, and I will say 73 on that.